Hello and welcome to this Manse talk for September 2020. The first thing I want to do is to say a very big thank you to everyone who's been giving so generously in the free will offerings during the last 6 months. We've seen a considerable increase, and that will help enormously as we try to offset some of the losses that we've sustained through the lack of room bookings. It was great this week to be able to have an elders meeting in person, socially distant, in the Alfred Ellis Hall. Good to be together and to be able to talk about church life. You'll be aware that the guidelines in society are changing and that there is this new rule of 6. So we must be very careful as we leave church on a Sunday not to gather in big groups in the car park, and to respect the social distancing that now applies. We're delighted that at the moment religious worship is still able to go on in our churches. We're going to make a commitment to doing the audio service right the way through to the end of the pandemic. We're conscious that not everyone is able to get back to church, nor would we want to encourage people to do so who need to carry on shielding. And I hope that the audio service, so faithfully put together by Michael week by week, is proving a blessing. We're sorry that sometimes the video recording of the service freezes. It's just one of those characteristics of the program that we're using. Perhaps in time we'll be able to invest in better equipment and a better program, but for the time being we're grateful that we have this particular program, even with its faults. Some of us are getting used to Zooming, and for example the Manse house group will be having a Zoom session once a month. It's our way of trying to get together our life and faith group for this autumn, not in person in the Manse, but through the facility of Zooming. Other life and faith groups are keeping together through things such as email contact. We're sad that there's going to be no harvest supper this year. All of those sorts of social activities are not permissible at the moment. So much of what we do at AFC revolves around food and drink that we're missing these times of coming together. But we will have a harvest festival of worship in the church and on the audio service on the last Sunday of September. Thank you for those of you who are already contributing to All Things Bright and Beautiful, that project of sending in a photograph of creation, and we're going to be putting those photographs up on the church website on the Eco page and showing them on church on Harvest Sunday. We also have the Operation Agri project, which this year concentrates on trees for Tanzania, and to help with that Matthew is making a CD of the music that he has helped arrange and sing along with Sarah during lockdown. And if you'd like a copy of that CD, about 12 tracks, then please have a look on the website and you can order one by getting in contact with Rachel. And the money from that CD will go to the Operation Agri Trees for Tanzania project. We're also supporting the New Hope Centre in Watford, which is a centre for homelessness people. Rough sleepers can go there and receive counselling and new direction for their lives. And we've got some specific suggestions of dried goods that we can bring along to church, and these will be sent on to the New Hope project in Watford at the end of our Harvest Festival. If we want to support Operation Agri using those pink envelopes, then there'll be a basket in the way into church that we can use and put the envelopes there, or we can send them to our treasurer Bob. The end of September we're going to have a partnership in mission committee meeting, the first time we've met since lockdown, and we'll think about how we can refocus on some of the charities that sort of missed out on a focus emphasis in the summer and spring months. We hope too that we might have a church meeting before the end of the year, but that's probably not going to happen in September. We're thinking about how we might have one perhaps in October, but the logistics of that are fraught with a few difficulties, but we'll get there in the end, and hopefully by the end of the year we'll be able to put together a church meeting facility for us. Well, I wish you God's richest blessing during these days of autumn. May you know God's peace and God's help and strength day by day. Bye-bye.